I also wanted to mention, just for people that have emotional issues, that another experience, I guess you could, it wasn't really an awakening type experience, but on an emotional level, it was. I had had really severe depression, hereditary depression my whole life. My mom killed herself. My mom's sister killed herself. My grandmother tried to kill herself, and I had pretty much suicidal depression. It was sort of what brought me to the Dharma. And so I had struggled with that concurrently with my practice. So I was 20 years into practice, in therapy, 20 years as well, but still struggling with very difficult, suicidal, almost debilitating depression. Even after that first kind of awakening experience, it still was there. And one day before the second experience I described, I was just kind of doing a self retreat, and I was struggling with depressed mind state. And all of a sudden, the depression just it just unhooked. It was like a caboose car in a freight, just like leaving. Wow. It just went like, and I saw that there was no depression, and it was just causes and conditions, and there was nothing there. And it was like actually kind of funny and embarrassing. And I was like, holy crap, 20 years I've been fighting depression, and there's no depression. The depression's an illusion. And it was so freeing. And from that moment on, I've never had suicidal depression again. And I can still have negative mind states come in, and some of the conditions like low energy, but there's no coagulation around depression anymore. Whatever that was just went. And at that moment, it was cool. This voice said, when that happens, this voice came out of the blue, and it said, this is how your sense of self is going to go too. Like, and it was like, cool.
That's wonderful to hear.
Yeah.
Congratulations, I want to say. I'm happy for you.
It was really freeing. And I kept thinking, wow, is it going to come back? Because when you've lived with I had suicidal depression from when I was 5 years old. So I kept thinking, is it going to come back? And it never did. It never did. So
that's some heavy genetic lineage, however it came to you.
It shows the power of practice, though, that pretty much was through a meditative insight that whatever unhooked. I mean, I didn't do it. It just spontaneously, probably just the sheer amount of time and energy. Right.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing about about meditation, and I mean, the spiritual practice, whatever form that might take for an individual, but it happens in there's an aspect of it which is understandable by the mind, and okay, here are the things we're going to do, and then we do it, and then there's also a part of the process which is completely not understandable by the mind, and stuff just happens. Not sure, grace, like Adia will talk about it as grace,
Yeah, exactly.
It just happens.
And there are a few people that have had similar, like Utejani, I know, had anxiety or depression, I can't remember, and a couple other monks. Minga Rinpoche, he had anxiety, and another monk. So people have been free of horrific, debilitating, lifelong anxiety or depression. The practice just lifts it. Not right away, after long periods of practice. So it's good for people to know that is also possible as a benefit, right? Almost like a grace, like you said, that comes with, wow.
Yeah, I mean, that's an amazing thing. There's enough anecdotal evidence that, and enough correlation that, and even scientific evidence that meditation is beneficial for one's existence, and we don't completely understand how it can do these things, but it definitely has a positive influence on many people's lives on many accounts.